Hi, welcome. Perched dramatically on a windswept hill just outside the small town of Ashford, Massachusetts, the Hargrave Mansion has endured for centuries, a silent sentinel to a legacy steeped in tragedy, mystery, and the supernatural. Once a symbol of wealth and prestige for the Hargrave family, the opulent estate now bears the weight of haunting tales and ghostly apparitions that echo through its empty halls. Local lore brims with accounts of flickering candles illuminating its windows at night, the faint sounds of children's laughter, and sightings of shadowy figures in the darkness. This article delves into the rich tapestry of the Hargrave Mansion's haunted legacy, exploring its history, its spectral inhabitants, and the eerie phenomena that continue to captivate and terrify. A legacy of loss and haunting. The history of the Hargrave family intertwines closely with the mansion's reputation. Rising to prominence in the early 1800s, the Hargraves accumulated wealth through various industries, yet prosperity brought little joy. The family was beset by a series of calamitous events, mysterious disappearances, tragic deaths, and heartbreak that seemed to follow them like a dark cloud. Some whispers suggest that the family's fortune was poisoned by a curse, while others posit that the mansion itself became a tomb for their lost hopes. One of the most haunting memories is that of young Emma Hargrave, whose disappearance remains one of the mansion's most enduring legends. One fateful autumn night, Emma was tucked into bed by her mother, only to vanish without a trace by morning. Despite extensive searches, she was never found. Her mother, Evelyn Hargrave, claimed to have heard her daughter's laughter echoing through the house long after the incident, an unsettling sound that lingers even today. Visitors to the mansion have reported hearing faint, ghostly giggles that dance through the corridors, giving life to Emma's memory. The Crying Woman and the Candlelight Rituals. Among the spectral residents of Hargrave Mansion, the figure of a weeping woman stands out prominently. Eleanor Hargrave, the beloved wife of the family's original patriarch, reportedly died during childbirth, leaving her heartbroken and in despair. Witnesses have described her ghost wandering the halls, clad in a tattered, white gown, weeping softly as she retraces the agonizing steps of her final moments. Many who have encountered her spirit speak of an overwhelming sense of sadness enveloping them during these encounters. Adding to the mansion's mystical allure are the mysterious candles that, despite the absence of any residents for decades, can be seen flickering in the second-story windows at night. Local investigators speculate that these lights may symbolize the family's attempts to conduct rituals, perhaps to communicate with lost loved ones or protect themselves from malevolent forces darkening their lives. The tantalizing possibility that the family engaged with the supernatural only deepens the mansion's mystique. Portraits that watch and whispers that linger. One of the most unnerving aspects of the Hargrave Mansion is the series of ancestral portraits that line the grand staircase. Many visitors report a disconcerting sensation of being watched, with the painted eyes of long-dead family members seeming to follow their movements. On rare occasions, observers have claimed that the expressions in the portraits change subtly, shifting from somber gazes to eerie smiles, leaving guests wondering if the house itself is sentient. In the stillness of night, whispers can be heard emanating from the very walls of the mansion, faint yet insistent. While the voices are too indistinct to comprehend, their presence is palpable enough to unsettle even the most skeptical visitors. Paranormal investigators theorize that these whispers are remnants of the emotional turmoil experienced within the mansion, echoing conversations and lamentations trapped within its historical framework. Cold spots, shadow figures, and the locked attic. The atmosphere inside Hargrave Mansion is often fraught with eerie sensations, particularly in specific areas noted for their inexplicably cold spots. These icy patches frequently manifest near the basement and particularly at the door to a locked attic, which has remained sealed for decades. Guests have recently described overwhelming dread and a palpable indication that something sinister lurks in those corners. Compounding this discomfort are reports of shadowy figures seen darting just beyond the reach of one's vision. These elusive shapes vanish as one approaches, leaving behind a lingering sense of foreboding. Fascinatingly, the attic door, as elusive as it is treacherous, holds its own mystery. Legend states that the last person to enter never returned, and some claim they hear whispers through the door calling their names. Investigators remain eager to unveil the mysteries hidden in the attic, yet its secrets remain sealed. An analysis of the paranormal activity. The spectral occurrences at Hargrave Mansion bear hallmarks synonymous with classic hauntings. Ghostly laughter and the sorrowful presence of the weeping woman suggest a residual haunting, where strong emotional energies replay historic moments in an endless loop. The moving portraits and disembodied whispers hint at an intelligent haunting, where spirits exhibit awareness of the living and actively communicate with them. The presence of cold spots and shadow figures implies potential poltergeist activity, an unusually aggressive form of haunting tied to disturbed energies. These unsettling occurrences, paired with the locked attic and the mysterious candles, may indicate that the Hargrave family engaged in dark rituals in an effort to control or reach out to the supernatural, possibly inviting unwanted malevolence into their lives. Some paranormal experts theorize that the estate's location could be cursed, amplifying the activities experienced within its walls. Conversely, there are those who argue that the tragic history of the Hargrave family itself is to blame, as each generation added layers of grief and turmoil to the mansion's already troubled soul. A legacy of shadows. As time flows inexorably onward, the Hargrave Mansion endures as both a monument to the splendor of a bygone era and a chilling reminder of its storied past. The estate continues to attract curious seekers and seasoned paranormal investigators alike, all hoping to untangle the web of secrets contained within its haunted confines. However, few leave unchanged. A sense of dread often follows them long after they exit its doors. Whether it's the restless spirits of the Hargrave family or dark forces born from their past, the mansion stands as a haunting reminder that some stories are not easily cast aside. At the Hargrave Mansion, the barrier between the living and the dead remains thin, whispering tales of yesteryear and preserving the shadows of those long gone. The house awaits the brave souls who dare to unveil its secrets, but its darkness often leaves a lasting mark, reminding us that not all who enter its grasp will return the same. In a world where legends come alive and echoes of history haunt the present, the Hargrave Mansion remains an enigma, both a sanctuary for lost spirits and a chilling reminder of the past's unresolved tragedies.